What if you could retire more comfortably by changing where you live? That's exactly what we're considering selling our house and going full-time in our motorhome. But is it the right move? We've been RVing for 20 years and we love our motorhome, but selling our home is a really big decision. Have you ever thought of something similar? Or are we crazy for even considering this? I want to hear your comments down below. Let me know what you think. What if you could retire more comfortably by changing where you live? That's exactly what we're considering selling our house and going full-time in our motorhome. But is it the right move? We've been RVing for 20 years and we love our motorhome, but selling our home is a really big decision. Today, I'll break down the real pros and cons of going full-time RVing to save money for retirement, and some of these may surprise you. Why are we considering this? We've reached a point where maintaining this house and yard doesn't make sense anymore. It's a constant drain on our time and money. And honestly, we'd rather take that money and put it towards our retirement fund and actually enjoying life. What's our plan? Do we even have a plan? We don't. But this is what we have come up with so far. We're thinking of selling the house, living full-time in RV, and storing the things that we want to keep for our future home base. Whether that's a casita with a RV pad or a small plot of land, kind of flip-flopping on that. That home base could be like 6 months away, could be like a year. We don't know, but we know we want to have a home base eventually. Have you ever thought of something similar? Or are we crazy for even considering this? I want to hear your comments down below. Let me know what you think, because we're still all up in the air about this. We don't know. This is the pros for us. One of the things is we get rid of the mortgage. Because we're paying quite a bit on the mortgage on this thing. Plus we're paying almost the same amount in escrow and in taxes and insurance. And that's just bizarre. I'm like, what? We'd be saving all that money. We could probably put that into our retirement account and maybe come up with a little bit better nest egg that we have right now. We figure even with the RV expenses, because we're incurring them anyway, we'd probably come out ahead financially. We're not divvying up our money on the house and in the RV all the time. It's just like money's just flying out. You know, with the boat, they say that it's like a hole that you throw money into. Well, it's the same thing here. I mean, but now we're throwing it at the house and we're throwing it at the RV. So, we figure we're getting rid of one. We really love living in an RV. We do want a home base, but that's not something that we have to get right away. I have notes. I have to have cheat sheet notes because I'm like, I'll go right off on a tangent even if I have no idea where I'm talking. Or I'll just babble on. We're thinking of, since we already have the RV, and Mike is working remotely, that instead of waiting until we're older to travel, we can do it right now while we're still active and healthy. Plus, we can follow the weather and follow 70. I think chasing 70 sounds like a great idea. And we can live in places that we actually want to be. This is also a pro for us. Right now, we have a home base at the ranch where we keep the RV, keep our horses there too. And we've been there for as long as we've been down here. We've pretty much found this place to board our horses, and it was such a fabulous place that we have stayed there for the last, 13 years, I think it is. And we love the people there. We love the owner. We have RV hookup. It's not sewer, but it's electric and water. So we can stay there for about couple weeks before we have to go and dump somewhere. So we could probably go for a state park or something like that if we want to stay there. So that would be a great place for a home base right now. And down the road, we'd like to have another home base, but not yet. It's not a priority. Other bullet points do we have? Okay, we're not getting rid of everything. We'll rent a storage container. We did a pods when we moved down here, so we know they're really affordable. And wherever we find, we can pack it up ourselves. They come take it and put it in their storage facility. And then when we find a place we want to stay, they deliver it to us. It makes it so easy. So we can keep the things that matter, and then they'll be ready there for us when we move into our next place. This plan doesn't mean we'll be full-time forever. It gives us time to explore and find the perfect place to settle when we're ready. Okay, here's our cons and our challenges. Things we have to consider. No permanent home. God forbid there's another pandemic. So we watched a lot. We've been watching YouTubers since 2017. And we watched these people who were on the road and having a grand time, and COVID hit and everything shut down. These people were stranded. Didn't know where to go. The RV park threw them out. I mean, where do you go? We had people were finally go finding friends, hang out with, or a property somewhere. I don't want to be in that situation. You never know. Anything can happen. So that's definitely a con. That's why we want a home base in the future, which is, we don't want to be pretty much stuck out there. I'm sure our families don't want us to show up. Hi, we're here. Have to put up with us, or we park in the driveway. We're talking, Christmas vacation kind of thing. No. Okay, what else? Another bullet point. Unexpected RV expenses can add up. Get new tires, that's a big expense. We have some issues with our RV right now. We have to get the floor fixed inside because there was a leak when we bought the RV. It had a leak. The last place did fix the leak. They figured out where it was coming from. Some weird thing up in the side, coming down the rail. They figured it out and they got it. So it's been dry since then. So we're talking probably almost a year this way. But now the floor is doing that nice little. So we had to get that fixed. So that's an unexpected expense. We'll be fixing that later this year. But other things happen, RV repairs, fuel costs, campsite fees. That's always a biggie. And, like Arizona's just like doubled all their fees on their state parks. So it's like, oh my God. And a lot of places are following suit, so you never know. Adjusting to a smaller living space, I don't know. We do pretty well in that thing. So, it's not like it's not real small, it's not real big, but it's fine. You know what? And if Mike's working, it gets a little small. But usually if we're someplace halfway decent, I'd rather be outside anyway. And so would he actually, so that's not a big deal. Internet and remote service can be a challenge. Well, yeah, I guess it could be. But right now we have Starlink, and that seems to be working 9/10 of the time, except for the places that I find that have lovely trees, which I adore. And then we found out we have a backup plan. We have the Wii Boost, so in case we have way too much tree cover, we can do it that. So that's not the end of the world either. What if we don't love it long term? Well, when we first moved down here from New Jersey, we didn't have a place to stay. We came down with our fifth wheel and a horse trailer. And we kept the horses at my cousin's house. And then we had never even heard of being able to stay for a month at an RV park, a monthly rate. They don't do that in the East Coast for the most part. You can't live full time in an RV park. It's just not done. And if it is done, it's in a really bad area. So we come down here, had no idea we could do this. So, and so the first place we went to, they were like, oh yeah, you can have a monthly rate. We're like, what? So that was surprise. And we spent probably 5 months in this RV park, and it was actually really great. I could have stayed there the whole time. I mean, it was just a nice park. They had washers and dryers, and just, it was a gorgeous facility, big lake, pool. But Mike wanted a house. He wanted something. So I found us a townhouse that we rented for about a year. And then we actually bought this house. So then we definitely had a real house again. But I had no problems living there, but he's not too certain about that. So we're kind of figuring that out. That's always a possibility. We may have to find a new future home base, maybe sooner than later. I don't know. It's all up in the air. That's why I'm still thinking about it. So is this the right decision for us? Right now, it feels like it's the smartest idea to save money, reduce stress, and enjoy life while we can. But it's a big change. And so we're thinking through all the angles. So what do you think? Do you think we're nuts? Let me know. What's your thoughts on this? If you found this helpful in any way, hit the like button, subscribe to us, give us your feedback, let us know what you think. Should we try it or should we not? I don't know. So come join us on our adventure. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to see what we're up to next. Ring that notification bell to tune in to our next video, usually out every Saturday morning. Please leave a comment too. We would love to hear from you guys. Have a good one.